I got a sparkle. It's up there. There's a spark. Oh, it's gone. Bye, sparkle. Welcome back to What's Up with Trove. I'm Tiny, and that's a bird. That's a bird back there. I'll keep it there. Yeah, he's just gonna hang out there for a bit. He's gonna keep going around and around and around. He's my pet. I'm a pirate today. Arg. Oh wait, I did that a couple weeks ago, didn't I? Anywho, what is up, everyone? This is episode 10, Double Didgets. Whoop, other way. One, 0, 10. There we go. Number 10. 10. Episode 10. It's crazy. Yeah, so this week, it's been a... Okay, I gotta move that parrot. Alright, sorry about the interruption. Parrot was gonna spin around my head and just distractions. Oh, hey, there's the fuzzies back again. Anyway, there's a guy mowing his lawn outside, and my dryer is running. So, yeah, background noises. So yeah, this week, yeah, not a whole lot. I went to the dentist yesterday. That's why I'm recording today. And my pirate hit 20 actually, so that's really awesome, really good. Just in time for the new class in a couple weeks. I'm thinking probably the last week of this month will probably be when the pirate, or not the pirate, but the next class comes out. Next week or the week after. I'll try to talk more about it since not everything is fine-tuned for that class yet. It's like a bombing class with boomerangs, and not exactly sure how that class works yet. So once things get a little bit more fleshed out and closer, I'll be able to talk about it. So first off, we got a nice little patch called the Golden Thread, and this Golden Thread is actually the main priority of this patch. What it adds is a sort of early level achievement system. At least that's how I see it as. They call it the Golden Thread, and basically, if you hit the J button on your keyboard, that's what it's naturally bound to, it will open up your little golden thread interface, and also right underneath your little qubit daily bar, there's also a little box, and it'll show you what your current goal is for the golden thread. Now, what the golden thread gives you is it's basically achievements for Trove for doing a bunch of different things. It's for both new and old players alike. Basically exploring the game, and it kind of teaches you a lot about what Trove is. In my opinion, it's an extension. Oh, there we go. Good to go. Alright, I apologize for that. There were some technical issues on my end, but they are now all fixed. Yay! Alright, so where was I? The Golden Thread. So yeah, the Golden Thread is pretty much an achievement system. There's just a bunch of stuff. But yeah, as soon as you log in, especially for the first time, you'll see up somewhere, if you're watching the stream, like right over there, somewhere around here, there's like a little box, and it pretty much says do the tutorial, and it says reward 500 qubits. So when you do either when you first get in and you successfully do the tutorial, or you do, like, I think it's /tutorial, and then run through the tutorial and take the exit portal. Only takes a couple seconds if you don't read everything. But yeah, you go through it, and it basically dings and it gives you qubits. So you get a ton of qubits, and I mean there's stuff for pretty much everything in Trove. Couple of them that I noticed were mine 40 ores and do a certain amount of dungeons. And a lot of those beginning ones help with especially newer players to Trove. Because previously with just the tutorial, and you'll go through the tutorial see it if you haven't seen it, it doesn't really do that good of a job explaining what to do when you're done. It just says get out, and it says take a portal, go through the portal, welcome to the hub, and go through. Here's the adventure world, and the parrot's back again. So yeah, the golden thread, it's great for newer players and it's great for old players because it gives a butt ton of qubits. I think I got almost like 30,000 qubits when I was done, somewhere around there. I had enough to get almost 3 new mounts, and I'll get into that in a minute with the store news. But it's really great, and they did a great job with it, and I can see them expanding that into tons and tons of different achievements and rewards and maybe some mounts. But it's a great start, and I can't wait to see what they do with it in the future. Also, this week's patch, the Buddy Buddigi, that's the last time I'm gonna have to attempt to say that word. Chests are now gone, and the new adventure chest is the Adventurer's Bento Box. I guess bento is a word for sushi because all of these mounts are sushi themed. And actually, during the live stream, they said that is compliments of Fried Sushi on the Trove forums, who does a ton of fantastic mounts. The Insana Steed, which is actually new this week, I think. This week or last week, and just tons and tons of mounts in the game. She does fantastic work, and so that was put in the game. But yeah, they're all sushi mounts, so those have a chance to drop now instead of the buddy chests. They also lowered the number of buoys in the treasure isles. Last week, they were spawning left and right. There were about 6 or 7 every time you moved forward an inch or 2 on the screen, and the parrot's back again. Okay, so yeah, they lowered the amount of buoys. There used to be a ton of them. I couldn't even make it through the treasure aisles. It probably took me 10-20 minutes to get through it because I was too busy shooting all the buoys. It was a good thing, and my iPad just died. Okay, we're going to do this part on the fly. So while I talk about buoys, I'm going to open up the show notes on my computer here. But yeah, so the buoys are lowered. It's not... Ooh, that messes up my green screen a bit. Let's just shrink you down. Technical issues tonight. Technical issues. Okay, so buoys. Right. They lowered the amount of buoys in the treasure isles. And there were a ton of them. And now there's not a ton. There's just enough. It feels just right. So they did that. And that's pretty much it for the game itself for this week. It's not really a ton of big major updates aside from the golden thread. In a week or 2, they will be releasing the new class. I think next week we'll get a heads up on more of the abilities, and probably the last week of this month is when we'll get the content update. Tons and tons of stuff coming in that update. Boss mechanics and the new class and a new gear level, a new gear system, tons and almost an overhaul for a lot of the older mechanics. I'm just gonna ignore you, Mr. Parrot. You're not there anymore. So yeah, in the store news, they added 4 new mounts to the store. The Overlord Omniseat and the Love Seat mounts are both chair mounts. They look really good. One of them, they were actually, both of those seats were in the Chaos chest last week, and so now there are actually pictures in the store to get a better look at what they look like. The Overlord Omniseat is kind of a neon ninja-esque themed mount. It's got like these little revolving Pegasus little revolving things on the sides of it and a little TV in front of it, and looks really good, and it floats and hovers. Really cool looking mount. That's going to be the next mount that I buy. And then the love seat mount is kind of a Valentine's Day themed chair. It's got a nice little heart in the back for the back of the seat, and it's red and orange or yellow, and it looks really good. So those are available on the store for either 1,625 credits or 10,000 qubits. So I'm really glad that they're adding more and more stuff to the store for qubits, because that gives a lot of people who have had a ton of qubits to now spend them. A qubit dump, I guess, is what you could call it. What else we got here? The Ancient Qubit is another mount that was added to the store. This one costs 10,000 qubits, and it is made of qubits. It costs qubits and it's made of qubits. It's basically like 5 big qubit circles strapped together with some string, and you ride around on it. It shares the same skin with the new sushi mounts and the new shrimp kind of mount. And it looks really awesome, and it's really cool. It's golden, and it makes me feel rich. So the unicycle that was also in the chaos chest last week, that's the unicorn cycle. It's unicorny, and it's got rainbows coming out from behind it, and looks like the night cycle or the Trove cycle, but it's unicorn themed. And that is on the store for 1,625 credits. Now, they also re-randomized the chaos chest again. So this week they added a magical floating tome, which I can only assume is another carpet mount. So that's exciting to see that in there. I still don't have a carpet. I'm hoping to get one soon, but they look really cool, and I'm sure this new magical floating tome carpet is going to look amazing in game. I actually think that's a community made carpet. CCC. I think it was made in the community because I remember seeing something on the forums about it. So that's good that's being added. The Chaos Clipper is also in the community chat, or in the Chaos chest this week, and that is, I believe, a Chaos themed boat. And then there's some leftover love, which I can only assume that they left the love seat in, which was added to the store this week. That is also still in there, I believe, but don't quote me on that because I can't guarantee what's in there. And that's really about it this week for game news. I don't really have a discussion this week, but if you recall, last week we had a contest. And the contest was to submit a boot related pun or joke to the YouTube video comments for last week's episode. Link to that's also in the show notes if you want to check it out. So a big congratulations to Zac Kersey on YouTube. He is the winner of the X-Wings. I'm terrible with that name. But yeah, he is the winner of the X-Wings. His pun was, "I bought some metal boots and they led me astray." So, and there were a ton of puns, and I just want to take a second to thank everyone who submitted a pun and a joke, even if it wasn't boot related. They were all great, and we had a lot of fun at work reading over them and laughing. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I've got some other ones that I'll bring up at the end of the show, I think. So that's pretty much it. There's no community spotlight this week. I kind of had some technical issues this week with this episode, but next week I'll be back with the community spotlight. Unless we get the patch next week, then we'll be talking more about the patch. So yeah, that's gonna be episode 10. That parrot is still there, and I just want to parrot. Parrot. Nope. Okay, he's still gonna chill there. That's all right. We're almost done. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on Twitter at Alan91330 is my Twitter username. Tweets are great. I love tweets. I read tweets. I tweet tweets. Tweet deedly deed deed. Rock in the treehouse all the day long. Do 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 do. Yeah. You can also find me in game. As Tiny. Tiny. And you can find me on the forums with that as well. Definitely between Twitter and the forums is probably the best way to get a hold of me. You can email the show at whatsupwithtrove@gmail.com. And you can find the show notes at whatsupwithtrove.blogspot.com. And also, the show is available not only on YouTube for video, but there is a downloadable audio version in an MP3 for people who want to take me on the go. If they want to put me in their cars and listen to me, or put me on their phones and listen to me, I go everywhere. I go where you tell me to. But you can find that on SoundCloud, and there's a link to that. And the music at the beginning of the show was provided by Ben Sound. Great place to get royalty-free music, and lets me use his music for free. So a big thank you in that direction. That's going to be it for this week. I will see you all next week. And I'm going to get rid of that parrot. Rah! There. Okay, parrot's gone. I will see you all next week. Honorable mentions, a couple puns that made me and my buddy at work laugh the most, and actually quite a few people at work laughed at them. Gaming Bros said, a little boy puts his shoes on by himself, but his mother notices he got them mixed up. Sweetie, you've put your shoes on the wrong feet. The little boy looks at her and says, but these are my only feet. And Beefaroo Games said his pun was student. A student says, okay, a student runs up to his teacher and says, I can't find my boots. The teacher says, well, there's only one pair of boots left. How are you sure that they aren't yours? The student says, they're definitely not mine because mine had snow on them. Because the snow melted. And then Captain Michael said, what do you call a pair of individual shoes? Lonely souls. So thank you all again. And the parrot's back again. I'm going to get that parrot, I swear. Yeah, the parrot's not going anywhere. I love the parrot. He's my friend. Quack.